What is good? What is up? It's Jordan or Texans Thoughts, and I'm back with another Texans film breakdown. Today, we're going to be breaking down Benardrick McKinney. Shoutouts for those who recommended BMAC will be right after the film. I think BMAC, he gets a lot of unwarranted hate. Yes, he's not good in coverage, but we've got to look at what he does well and just keep him to that role. He's the leader of the defense, he's the quarterback on defense, making the calls, getting everyone lined up, and sniffing out plays before they even happen. He's also an elite run defender and great at taking on blocks. He's one of the best blitzing linebackers in the NFL, and that part is really important in getting him to be a 3-down linebacker, which I will talk about more in the video. I think BMAC is still a valuable piece to the defense, and his impact just isn't always seen in the box score. So if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. Really quickly, I want to say thank you all so much for 1,000 subs. It's honestly unbelievable how quickly I've hit it, and I really do appreciate that. I guess we're on the road to 2K now. Let's get it. Alright, let's break down the Benardrick McKinney film because the film don't lie. So I really do believe BMAC's main value to this team comes from his high IQ and his play rec and being that leader of the defense, always getting us in line and always knowing what the offense is about to do. So on this play here, you can see that he just sniffs us out the entire way. He's pointing left, it's going left. Even though he sees that motion going from left to right, which could be a jet sweep, he knows that that's not the actual play. Through film study, through keys, whatever it may be, I can't get inside of his head, but he knows where this is going. He's pointing out the entire way. And that saves this play, honestly, because if you look at how the play is designed, the Bills have us outnumbered. They've got 4 blockers to only 3 of our defenders. And so they have the numbers advantage, but BMAC blows this play up completely. He's fast to it because he already knows what's happening, and so he's able to beat the tight end kind of to his point and take on the block quicker than he was expecting. And then this is where his block shedding comes in really handy. He's one of the best in the league at doing this. He doesn't take on the full block. He doesn't try and square up and just take him head on like that. He tries to take on half of the tight end's body, and that's how you're supposed to do it. Because it's easier to defeat half of someone's body than their entire body. That just makes logical sense, right? So he only takes on that right half of his body, boom, blows it up, gets off of that, and brings the running back down for a nice tackle. This could have been a huge gain, but BMAC saved it because he knew what was going on, and then he also brings the physicality to shut it down. Here's another freaky play where Benardrick McKinney, he just outsmarts the entire offense right here. I love this one. You can see him pointing to Jay Reed. He's talking to him. He's pointing at the running back saying he's going to motion. Before Josh Allen even motions the running back, he knows. And so he's telling Jay Reed, get out there, go, just in case there's a pass there. And by the look of this play, it looks like Josh Allen's about to pass it to the running back. He's even looking his way. But Benardrick McKinney, he's staying disciplined. He stays at home because he sees that something's fishy. Something's up. He's not just running out to the left there. He told Jay Reed, go do your job. That's your role. Contain the running back. But I'm going to stay here up the middle and stop any potential run. And that's exactly what it is. It's a QB draw. It's not a pass to the running back. That was just misdirection. And Benardrick McKinney, he's 2 steps ahead. He was ahead of their misdirection. If that was an actual pass, boom, he would have locked it down by sending Jay Reed out there. Then he has the second option, QB draw, boom, he's got that locked down too. He's just too smart. That's crazy. Another play here where BMAC just looks ahead of the offense, and this one, I got to do a little bit breaking down here. So the Texans, it looks like they're in man coverage, right? Because they're following the motion, they're switching their sides, but they're not actually in man. They're in cover 4 here, and they're just trying to disguise man. And that's important because of what Benardrick McKinney does in his role. So he's supposed to be responsible for this hook zone, and if he just stayed in his hook zone, this could have been a huge play. However, he reads what's happening here, and as he sees the running back motioning out to the left here, he follows him because Jay Reed gets blocked up here, so Jay Reed can't make a play. The tight end has a good block, and so Benardrick McKinney has to be the one to stop this. But luckily, he sniffs it out quick enough to where, he may not be the fastest guy, but because he sees this so quickly, he's able to chase it down and hold it to him and will gain. This is just a great play because no one really else on the defense noticed this. But Benardrick McKinney, he's always 1 step ahead, like I've been preaching. And tackles like these, they're high impact tackles because it stopped a big play. But every tackle in the box score, it looks the same. But you never really know what's truly going on in a play like this. It's hard to even recognize this on live game days. I don't think I would pick this up on a live game day. But with the film don't lie. And you can see it here. The next thing I love about BMAC is his run defense and his physicality. He takes on blocks like nothing else. He takes on 3 here. One offensive lineman, another offensive lineman right there. And then he fights through both of those and then just puts his other one on the ground and stares him down like, fuck you, buddy. He's just outmanning all these guys. It's crazy. So I'm not going to break down all these too much in depth, but this is just another play where he's pointing out where the run is going, and then he takes on this block here that just completely helps stuff this run. The running back's got nowhere to go. This is one of my favorite plays where he comes downhill and he just bodies this right tackle here. He just pushes him, boom, makes him fall to the ground, and then picks up the tackle too. Like, he just pancaking people on defense. So on this one, let's look at the difference with dealing with blocks between Dylan Cole and Benardrick McKinney. So watching Cole first, he gets washed all the way out of the play here by a simple one-on-one block. However, Benardrick McKinney is completely different. He brings a different level of physicality and just swims over this with a nice little move here to get off the block and make the tackle too. B-Mac's the type of dude I want in a fight. He does a great job to get into the center's chest here, pull down on his jersey, yank him away, and then chase down this run from the weak side and make the tackle. That had the potential to be a huge gain. You can see here that if McCaffrey beats McKinney here, that's 6. But B-Mac makes a clutch tackle. Now, I mentioned that a lot of B-Mac's plays sometimes won't show up on the box scores, and I'm talking about these plays where he takes on these blocks. Because he's the strong side Mike, he has to be the one to take on blocks coming to the second level. And because of that role, he's just not always going to get a lot of the tackles. But where he still impacts the game is taking on these blocks so that Zach Cunningham or safeties don't have to. And so you can see here on this play where he takes on the block and he still makes the tackle himself, but the safety is completely free here. So he's opening up lanes for his teammates to make plays. And it's just an example of how with his role, the stats won't always show the true impact of his talents. This next play is a little unrelated, but it's just my favorite one of B-Mac. He just jumps over this entire pile to try and stop this 4th down conversion, and he does it. He really just Supermans that hoe, like, damn. Alright, I see you. B-Mac gives 0 fucks, man. He's gonna always put his body on the line for the team. How can you not love that? So now let's talk about B-Mac's ability as a blitzer. I think he's one of the better blitzers in the league, and in 2016 where they blitzed him the most, that was the year they blitzed him the most, and he produced. He had 5 sacks. Now in the past 3 years, they've just steadily been blitzing him less and less, and it showed in the stats as well. But if we can blitz him as much as we did in 2016, he'll be very effective in my opinion. So let's look at those sacks and see how good he is. So B-Mac had a couple sacks where he was just timing the snap well and got a free run in at the quarterback like these first 2. And that brings value in itself because not a lot of linebackers are able to time it up well and just get a free monster hit on the quarterback. I remember that was a big sack in 2016. And now this one, he's on the edge too, so he can do it up the middle or even on the edge. This one, he's playing a little bit more of a contained kind of spy role on Blake Bortles here, and he trips him up for the sack. But then these are the ones that I'm really interested in. This one here, he runs a very nice stunt with Whitney Merciless to try and get him open. Whitney doesn't get open, they pick it up, but Benardrick McKinney keeps on fighting. He's physical and never gives up and gets the sack on Phillip Rivers. This is one of my favorite here. It's a cool formation, and if Anthony Weaver, if he does follow in the footsteps of Rex Ryan like many predict, we could be seeing a lot more of these exotic formations and exotic fronts. And I made a video on Weaver on the potential schemes and blitzes that he could be running, and you can check that out right here. But now back to B-Mac on this play. I like how they line up 3 guys here in the middle to really put pressure on the interior of the offensive line. And we can run this with our current personnel. This guy can still be B-Mac. I'd love for this dude to be Whitney Merciless because they've shown that they have a good chemistry on these stunts, and that's what they're going to run here as well. And then this linebacker, he can be our best coverage linebacker. Whoever that is, I think that's Zach Cunningham. He's our best guy in zone coverage. Dylan Cole's our best in man coverage. And Jonathan Grenard, they say that they liked his promise from the Senior Bowl. I haven't seen it too much, to be honest, but they say that he's got a lot of potential in coverage. So it could be any one of those 3 guys. I'll probably stick with Cunningham for now. Then on the edges, we can still have JJ Watt when he's healthy there. And on the other edge, it's going to be my guy, Jacob Martin. He's going to be the dude on the edge. Ain't going to be Whitney. Whitney going to be in the middle. And Martin going to eat on the edge. Let's go. And so as you've seen, when this play develops, B-Mac and Witt are going to be running this stunt up the middle. And it gets McKinney free for the sack. So I would love for us to continue to run cool schemes like these. And my whole point with B-Mac being a blitzer is that we know how great of a run stuffer he is. And everyone complains about his coverage. And I get it, he's not good in coverage. But to be able to keep him on the field on 3rd down so that we don't lose his veteran leadership and his high IQ and instincts, then we can be having him blitz instead of being in coverage. There should be no reason that he should be in coverage. We have other coverage linebackers who are better, and we can play more dime and nickel personnel. so that he can just be a blitzing linebacker. And so we still get his value, but we don't have to deal with his liability in coverage. And so in these last couple plays that I've been showing you were his 2019 blitzes that resulted in hits, and it shows that he's still a very good blitzer. He just wasn't asked to do it as much as in that 2016 year, but he's still very effective, and we should be doing it a lot more often. And a lot of these plays result in errant throws, and on this one here, he helps on the stunt to get DJ Reader free. He has a free run to the quarterback, which causes him to speed up his throw, and you can see another errant throw. So now onto the weakness, and we all knew what was coming. It's his coverage. We know it's not great, and here on this play, I know McKinney's in this hook zone, but let me know what you think the Texans coverage are in here. And he's responsible for the middle of the field, and he just gets a little flat-footed here and gives up a big catch. And you can see from this angle where it's just his lateral quickness is just not that good. He pauses there, and if you're a split second off timing, then you're just going to get beat if you're a linebacker going up against a wide receiver like this. And so he's just not in a good position here where he should never really, we shouldn't ask him to be doing this too much. And on this play, I honestly don't know what BMAC was doing here. It looks like a miscommunication, but he should have this right side of the field, and there's someone who leaks out into the flat, and there's just no one even near him. I mean, I don't really know entirely what was going on here, but Benardrick McKinney, you can even see from this angle that even if he was supposed to have that zone, he's just slow to react to Drew Lock looking that way and never is able to get out there. But that's a lot of ground to cover. And like I've been preaching on, like, yes, he's bad in coverage, but just stop playing him in coverage. Take him off on third downs, or if you're going to play him, blitz him, because he's great at that. For as bad as he's in zone coverage, he might be way worse in man coverage. I mean, I don't want to ever see him in man coverage, not against a tight end like here. Not against a running back out of the backfield. He just doesn't have the speed to keep up with these skilled position players. Hell, I don't even want to see him up against a fullback. It just gets ugly in man coverage. He doesn't have the speed, the quickness, or the hips to keep up. And quite frankly, the only person I want Benardrick McKinney to cover is the damn water boy. That's the only person I trust him to cover. I don't want to see him ever in man coverage. Just blitz his ass, man. Alright, that'll do it for my Benardrick McKinney film breakdown. Quick shout out to those who recommended the video. Shout out Caleb Garcia, appreciate you, man, you always showing love. Gabriel Porter, you too, man, appreciate you. And I also want to show some love to some other comments that they didn't recommend BMAC, but I just love them. They made my day a little bit. So shout out Alex Morgan, Israel Penoflor, and Devin Morgan. I apologize if I pronounced any of those names wrong. I'm not great at that, but I really do appreciate all of y'all's support. The feedback has been amazing, and I do want to input your ideas. So if you have a recommendation for someone you want to see a video on, leave it in the comments below. I honestly love BMAC. I love what he brings to the team in terms of leadership, football IQ, great instincts, and communication. He's also an elite run stuffer that makes other people's jobs easier and brings an awesome level of physicality and fire to the defense. We know he's not great in coverage, and that's fine. We gotta focus on what he can do, not what he can't, and play him to those strengths. He's an amazing blitzer, and on passing downs, that's how we're gonna get the most out of him. So if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and comment down below your thoughts on the video. If you're still listening, you're a real one, and I appreciate you. The question of the day is, now with Anthony Weaver as defensive coordinator, do you think he will better utilize BMAC to his strengths, and he could possibly have a career year because of it? Let me know. Also, I'm a part of Texans Unfiltered. I write Texans articles for the website, and we've got a weekly podcast on all your typical podcast platforms as well. So if you're itching for more Texans content, we got you. The links will be in the description. Alright, this was Jordan, or Texans Thoughts. Hope you enjoyed, and come back for more videos every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Take care, everyone.